From New York, the George for Hormel and Spam.
George and Gracie. Spam, whoa boy. Spam, what joy. George Burns, Gracie Allen, on the show when his orchestra, the singing glee with the smoothies three. To start the fun, here's Jimmy Wallington.
Time for Burns and Allen with another half hour of another suggestion for serving a breakfast that you start with Spam. S-P-A-M. Friends, do you realize more families than ever before are using Spam for breakfast? You see, Spam is grand tasting meat. Sweet, juicy pork shoulder combined with tender, tasty ham. That's why Spam has extra goodness and flavor. It's so easy to use, too. For breakfast, just open the Spam can, cut off slices, and fry quickly in a hot pan. Serve those sizzling hot slices with eggs or cake. The meaty flavor, the lip-smacking goodness of Spam will make your breakfast perfect. Try Spam fried. Try the other recipes on the label and discover that Spam has other uses, cold or hot. Just for S-P-A-M. Spam. Now, George and Spam's meatheart, Gracie.
Thank you. Well, Gracie, here we are in New York.
Oh, yes, and I love New York. I'll always love New York. You know, we started in New York.
I know.
It's always a pleasure to get back to New York.
That's right.
You know, I'd rather get back to New York than go somewhere and come back to...
Well, that's because you love New York.
Oh, so do I.
Yes, good.
You know, everybody loves New York because it's so New York.
Yeah, there's something about New York.
Of course, my sister Bessie doesn't like New York, but then again, maybe that's because she's never been here, huh?
Yes. That might have something to do with it.
Yes, because Bessie likes bananas.
She likes bananas.
Yes.
Well, maybe she's been there.
No, she goes there every summer. Oh, but I love New York.
Yeah, well, that's fine, Gracie.
Plus, I don't hate bananas,
No.
but I can get bananas in New York. That's why I love New York.
Look, Gracie, we all love New York. You love New York. I love New York. The audience loves New York. Everybody loves New York.
Oh, certainly.
Good.
You know why?
I know why.
Yeah, and what a thrill it was to get to the Grand Central Station. The train pulled in. Of course, the train always has to pull in before you get off.
I know.
Because if you get off before the train pulled in, you wouldn't be in New York.
That's right.
I want to be in New York because I love
New York. Yes, Gracie. So the train pulled in.
Yeah, I know. I was on it. Oh. And what a station.
A good station.
Yes. And the taxi cab that took me to the Waldorf Astoria. What a taxi cab. They've got Skyview taxi cabs here.
I know. I rode in one, you know.
Don't ever ride in one again without an umbrella.
Without an umbrella? Why not?
No, because when you open the top, it rains in your face.
Well, I'll remember that.
Yes.
I'll remember that.
It's better to carry two umbrellas.
Yes.
It snows here,
It
too.
snows here, too, yes. Well, Gracie, the taxi cabs with the sliding tops are wonderful.
Oh, yeah, and they're very good for musicians.
Musicians?
Yeah. You know it's the only taxi cab in the world that you can get into with a bass fiddle?
Is that so? Gracie, look, you got at the Grand Central Station, you got into a taxi cab, and you were going to the Waldorf. Did you get there?
Now, please, George, you're not giving me a chance to say anything.
Yeah, I'm doing all the talking, yes.
Well, anyway, I finally got to the hotel, and the fare was $6.20.
$6.20?
Yes, up Fifth Avenue, through the Browns, around Myrtle Avenue, through Long Island, and zoom right in front of the Waldorf Astoria.
Zoom right in front of the Waldorf Astoria?
Uh-huh.
Gracie, from Grand Central Station to the Waldorf is exactly 4 blocks.
Well, the cab driver must have been a stranger in town.
$6.20?
Yes.
That's a very tidy zoom.
Yes. So I got into the cab. Got back into the cab and went to Grand Central Station.
Just a second. What are you doing back in Grand Central Station?
Got the luggage.
Forgot your luggage. Yes.
So, I got back the luggage, got into the cab, and zoom, the Waldorf Astoria.
Zoom, another $6.20.
No, $4.80. He found a shortcut.
You know, Gracie, you lean a little towards the imbecilic.
Well, maybe that's because the floor's a little slanty, huh?
Yes. They're making them on the bias in New York now.
So,
Yes.
I got into the hotel and I went into the lobby. Oh, what a lobby. You know, I love lobbies. That's the Hobby Lobby.
That's your Hobby Lobby. That's your Hobby Lobby. Is that so?
And what bellboys, what boys, what bells.
Wait
when
a
you got into
minute.
the elevator.
Wait a minute.
Say, George.
What?
George.
What?
Don't look now, but turn around.
Don't look now, but turn around.
That fellow's still following us.
Fella, what fella?
From Chicago. The one peeping over the mustache.
That's Jimmy Wallington.
It is. Looks like a mustache to me.
Don't you remember me, Gracie?
Well, I don't remember your name, but your fuzz is familiar.
Yes. Got very familiar fuzz. Yes.
I'm your new announcer.
Are you the fellow who sells spam?
I'm the fellow.
You mean S-P-A-M spam?
That's me.
I remember you. You're simply delicious.
Yes. Especially when he's fried.
Yeah.
Say, how do you like New York, Gracie?
Oh, I love New York. People are always saying, how do you like Manhattan? How do you like Gotham? I think those places are all right, but personally, give me New York.
I love New York. Yes. Jimmy, you're right. Gathering from Gracie's remarks, you can tell that she loves New York.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
It seems so good to be broadcasting from New York. And all these people in the audience are from New York. Hello, everybody. Wave to them, John.
I'm waving. Hello, everybody. Hello, yes.
And everybody's so friendly here. They fall all over themselves to be nice to you. They throw their arms around you, and they're so warm and cuddly, and they put their cheeks next to yours.
Gracie, where does this happen?
In the subway.
In the subway. What a subway. Yes. Well, we're back again, folks.
They run underground, you know.
I know. I was born on 14th Street.
Did you have to wait long for a train?
About an hour. Well, Jimmy, you started this whole thing again, and Gracie, let me tell you something.
See, George, that's a pretty mustache he's got.
Look, Gracie, I'd like to tell you something.
You know there's only one place you can see a mustache like that?
New York.
No, under his nose.
I say. Gracie, let me tell you
See,
something.
my uncle has a mustache exactly like it.
It's curly, huh?
No, Butch. Curly hasn't got a mustache.
Well, that's very interesting.
Oh, you ought to see Butch's mustache. He uses so much wax you can't bend it.
Stiff as a board, huh?
Oh, you're thinking of Curly. Butch doesn't
Butch
drink.
doesn't drink.
No.
Yes. Well, that's my era.
Hello, Artie.
Hello. Gee, Gracie, you're looking pretty tonight.
Oh, you know, I'm glad to hear you say that because I know I look pretty every other night, but I wasn't sure about tonight.
Yes.
That's a smart suit you got on, George.
Really, Artie?
Yeah, you look like you stepped out of a page of a magazine.
Well, thanks, Artie.
Popular Mechanics.
That's a very funny crack you've got there.
Thanks a lot.
But I didn't recognize it without a clarinet stuck in it.
Oh, now, boys. Oh, boys, don't argue. You ought to be friends. As a matter of fact, there's very little difference between Artie's clarinet and your suit, George.
Well, that's a nice compliment.
Of course, his clarinet is not as loud as your suit. But then again, your suit hasn't got as many holes.
I say. Well, Gracie, you just button your lip, and Artie, you can button that clarinet.
Well, all right, George, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't mean to start any trouble.
Oh, well, I know. Just forget
You know,
it.
George, I'd never say anything to upset you.
I know, and forget it, kid.
By the way, Gracie, how do you like New York?
I love New York. I've always loved New York. You know, we started in New York.
And all the
It's a pleasure to
Smoothies,
get
Bab,
back to
Charlie,
New
and
York
Little, who are
because
playing at the
everybody
Roxy
loves
this
it
week,
so
will
much.
sing, What Are You Thinking of,
That's
Gracie?
What you making with those eyes? What's the meaning of those signs? What you thinking of, baby? Oh, what am I thinking of? Why you sitting up so prim? Why'd you turn the lights down dim? What you thinking of, baby? Oh, bet it's something swell. Ain't you gonna tell? What do you wanna whisper in my ear for? Get so near for? Why did you look to see? The coast was clear for? What are we here for? What's inside your curly hair? Makes your cheeks so rosy red. What you thinking of, baby? I kinda think it's love. Oh, we think you're swell. Ain't you gonna tell her what you're thinking of, baby? Why'd you make those eyes? Why'd you side those sides? Why'd you wanna whisper in my ear for, baby? Why did you look to see the coast was clear for? What are we here for? What's inside your curly head? Makes your cheeks so rosy red. What you thinking of, baby? Now I'm asking you, oh baby, say it's really true, baby, baby.
Country. And you know why? Because they've got more people here. And you know why they've got more people here?
Gracie, look, try to get this through that head of yours. I was born in New York City, and I know all about it.
Oh, well, then you'll love the surprise I've got for everybody here. Oh, and what a surprise.
Oh, you've got a surprise.
Yes, I've written a play.
A play?
Yeah, I don't write a play very often. Sometimes I only write it once.
Well, that's usually enough.
Yes.
Tell me, Gracie, did you have a collaborator?
Oh, sure, Jimmy, but I didn't know how to run it, so I used a pencil.
Jimmy means, did anybody help you?
Oh, no. My sister, my uncle, Mrs. Jenkins, and I wrote it alone.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Who is Mrs. Jenkins?
A makeup artist. She works at the Waldorf Astoria, and whoa, what a makeup artist. She's the most amazing
Look,
woman.
Gracie, a makeup artist at the Waldorf Astoria?
Yeah, she makes up the beds. And
what
beds?
beds? What beds? Yes. And she helped you write the play?
Oh, boy, and what a play, and what a plot. Well, do you know the man who came to dinner?
Uh-huh.
Well, I wrote it after he left.
Gracie, look, I'll do this play only on one condition, if it has nothing to do with New York.
It hasn't.
Are you sure?
Well, certainly.
Well,
it's
good.
a Western play. It takes place on a dude ranch.
Well, that's the best news I've had today. Let's do the play.
Yeah, let's. You know, George, this is the least we can do after New York City declared a holiday on our arrival.
A holiday?
Yeah, imagine them closing all the Whalen drugstores.
They closed the Whalen drugstore?
Yes.
They're striking.
Oh, so am I in this new hat.
Oh, it's pretty, yes.
Sure. You like my new hat?
Oh, sure.
Where do you think I got it?
Where?
On my head.
Well, that's a good vacant spot for it.
George, don't you think it looks prettier without the box?
Oh, I think so, yes. It's pretty without the box.
The box is pretty, too.
I'll bet.
My sister Bessie's wearing that.
Look, Gracie, what about the play?
Oh, the play. Oh, yes, the play. Let's start at the beginning.
Yes, let's start at the beginning.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Oh, well, that's fine. The guitar player finally showed up. Senor Lee, don't you know that you're supposed to be here on time like the other musicians?
I was in Brooklyn. I got lost in Flatbush.
Flatbush? It's Flatbush.
What trouble I had. I had a fight with a subway guard.
A fight, huh?
Si, senor. I said, I want to go to Times Square. And he said, I'll tell you where to get off. And I said, you'll tell me where to get off. I'll tell you where to get off.
And he threw you off in Flatbush.
See,
Yes.
he thought he was a smart aleck. He said for 2 cents he'd punch me in the nose.
Well, what happened?
What happened? He ran up a bill for $28.
Getting lost. Why, that's impossible. New York has the greatest transportation system in the world.
Well, sure, because New York's the greatest city in the world.
Well, certainly.
And I love New York. I've always loved New
Never
York.
mind.
Yeah,
Never mind. Look, you wrote a play about the West. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Then again, maybe a play wouldn't be big enough. Maybe I ought to do something much bigger, like opening a World's Fair, huh? No, better not. They tried that, and when Grover Whalen left, they had to close the fair.
Yes.
They even closed the drugstore.
I know that. Look, Gracie, why don't you go and get lost on 52nd Street? There are a lot of little places.
52nd Street?
Yes.
Hey, George, that reminds me. I met a girlfriend of yours in one of the nightclubs on 52nd Street.
21?
No, but her daughter is.
That's very witty, Artie.
Say, Artie, I don't think you should talk about George's girls that way. Age is one of the most beautiful things there is, especially when it gets old.
That's right, when it gets old. It's very nice.
You should have respect for it. You and friends feel liable to get old yourselves someday.
You said it.
The older a person is, the more respect you should have for them.
That's right.
So when you talk to George, take your hat off.
Gracie, are you going to do this play, yes or no?
Now, well, either that or something much bigger.
Yes, something much
Say,
bigger.
Gracie, this is my second week on the show. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I can't understand how anybody can talk so long and say so much and still not mention Spam.
Jimmy is perfectly right, you know.
And, Gracie, there's so much to mention about Spam.
That's right.
There's pork shoulder with ham meat added.
Well, that's fine.
Cold or hot, it hits the spot.
Gracie,
It
understand
needs no
something.
refrigeration.
Jimmy.
It sticks to your ribs.
This talk is driving me crazy.
Oh, and what a drive, Riverside Drive, Park Avenue. What a town, what a place. Hello, everybody.
Now, Artie Shaw, his clarinet, and his orchestra will play There'll Be Some Changes Made. Take it, Artie.
you got
Oh,
me.
look, George, I just got a telegram from my brother Willie, the one who's in the Army, you know.
Oh, your brother Willie usually sends a letter.
Yeah, but he couldn't afford a stamp.
Oh, I see. So he sent a telegram.
Yeah, look, it says, Dear Gracie. Ah, doesn't he print cute?
Yes, he's a very cute printer, yes.
Dear Gracie, Camp Dix, New Jersey is a marvelous camp.
Just a minute,
Please tell
Gracie,
Bessie-
your brother was at Camp Ord in California. Why was he transferred?
Well, he wasn't exactly transferred. What happened was an officer from Camp Dix visited Camp Ord, and when the officer went back, Willie's hand was caught in his pocket.
So he ended up in Camp Dix?
So did Willie.
I see what you mean, yes.
Gracie, dear, thanks, Bessie, for sending me that portable bathtub.
Well, that's a pretty thought.
I
yes.
carry it everywhere I go, and it gets pretty heavy, especially when it's filled with water.
Well, that's really a smart kid you've got there.
Yeah, and it's even heavier when I'm in it.
Well, that's a smart telegram, too.
Yesterday I made my first parachute jump, and my buddies played a silly trick on me. They took the parachute out of my pack and put a lunch in it.
They took out his parachute and stuck in the lunch?
And when I jumped out and pulled the ring, out came three peanut butter sandwiches. Signed, Willie.
Signed, Willie. I'll bet that made your brother sore.
Yeah, he hates peanut butter.
Gracie, let's do your play.
All right, let's go.
Let's start with the
I'll
play.
answer that, George.
Okay, Jimmy.
Hello? Yes? Oh, really? Goodness, that's too bad. He did. Well, maybe we can help you, Mrs. Morgan.
Something wrong, Jimmy?
Yes, this lady lost her husband.
Oh.
Well, Jimmy, maybe she shouldn't gamble.
Yeah.
Willie never gambles. When he shoots dice, if he wants 11, he makes 11.
Loaded, huh?
So the dice.
So... Gracie, will you stop butting in? This lady is in trouble.
Listen, George, I'll handle it all right. Yeah. Look, lady, when you lose your husband behind a newspaper at the breakfast table, here's the easy way to serve a morning meal that starts the day right and makes Pop and the youngsters sing your praises loud and long. Serve Spam fried. Spam is meat, downright delicious meat packed in a handy can. Hormel, long known for famous meat, originated Spam to make your meal getting easier. Spam is a perfect combination of pork shoulder and ham, and that's why Spam has extra goodness. Why there is nothing just like Spam in quality and taste. So when you serve Spam, you bring to the table sweet, juicy, tender meat with a flavor all its own. Open the can, cut off slices, fry quickly in a hot pan. Those sizzling hot slices of juicy, tender, mouth-watering meat are a perfect companion for eggs or a stack of wheat cakes. When hubby gets a whiff of Spam, you certainly won't lose him behind a newspaper. Tomorrow, ask your food dealer for S-P-A-M, Spam.
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot. Spam hits the spot.
Oh, and now for my New York surprise. And what a surprise and what a play.
Let's begin.
Yeah, what a beginning.
Good. Now, Gracie, what's the name of your play?
What's the name of my play?
Yes.
What's the name of my play?
Yes.
Ho, let's make up a name.
Well, let's make up a name.
Oh, I know, on account of it's a love story about the West.
About the West, yes.
Let's call it Rodeo and Juliet.
Rodeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Well, let's start.
All right, let's start. Is everybody ready?
Yes, everybody's ready.
Okay, on with the play. Let's change the title.
Are you goofy?
Are you goofy? Well, that's good, but it doesn't sound Western enough.
Look, let's get started and we'll change the title later.
Well, anyway, George, you're the hero.
Oh, fine.
I've got a title. How about Arsenic and Old Face?
It's arsenic and old lace, not old face.
But you're the hero.
Gracie, the play.
Oh, all right, everybody ready?
Yeah, we're all ready.
Oh, and George, right after the lynching, there's a love scene.
Oh, there's a lynching.
Yes. Now, you're at the ranch house, and your sweetheart drives up in a bus. That's where you tip your hat.
She arrives in the bus and I tip
Yes.
my hat. I say, how do you do?
A
Yes.
Fifth Avenue bus.
A Fifth Avenue bus?
Yes.
What's a Fifth Avenue bus doing out west?
Well, you see, the driver got caught in the rush hour, and he couldn't make a right turn.
So he finished up out west.
Oh,
Yes.
Fifth Avenue. What a Fifth Avenue. The more I think of it, the more I think of
Gracie,
it.
the play. Stop thinking of it. Just do the play.
You know, Jimmy, it's wonderful to walk down Fifth Avenue and have all those well-dressed girls smiling at you from the store windows.
Now, Gracie, those were dummies.
Well, they may be dummies, but they know enough to get fur coats.
Gracie, how can you be such a terrific imbecile?
Oh, maybe that's just because I use my brains. And what
brains? Yes, what brains? Look, well, will you start the play?
Oh, yes. Everybody ready?
We're all ready, yes.
Oh, good. Now, as the curtain goes up, there's a cyclone.
A cyclone?
Yes, and we find a dude ranch nestled in the rolling hills, and we find a dude on trial.
On trial.
Yes.
What has the dude done?
What?
What has the dude done?
Dude done. Oh, George, what's your English?
All right. What did the dude do?
Do. You sound like a peanut wagon.
Gracie, you told me that there's a dude on trial. So I'm just asking you what the dude did.
Dude did? That's even worse than dude done.
Look, if the dude did it, then it's something that the dude's done. And anything that the dude's done is something that the dude did.
I can't stand this. Let's get back to my play.
Yeah, let's get back to your play.
Oh, where's Artie Shaw?
Right here, Gracie.
Hello. Now, Artie, let me hear you say, Gracie, I love you.
Gracie, I love you.
Well, now put your arms around me.
Like this?
Now bend me back.
Like this, huh?
Yeah, now kiss me.
Like this?
No, like this.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Well, George, this is the part I do with you in the play.
That's the part you do with me in the play?
Yes.
Well, why do you rehearse it with Artie? I'm the hero. Why don't you kiss me?
Well, if she did that, she'd be the hero.
That's a very E-flat joke.
Well, on with the play already?
We're all ready.
Senor Lee, got your guitar?
Si, señorita.
Oh, that's fine. Now, during the stampede, you're supposed to be serenading a girl on a balcony. You know a good number?
Sure. Mabel, Brian 3885.
Senor, Gracie means if you got a good arrangement.
Perfect. I sent her little brother to the movies, and then Mabel
Never mind.
All right, everybody ready?
Everybody is ready. Let's start the play.
Say, George, this is very important. During the earthquake, there's a flood.
Just a minute. During the earthquake, there's a flood.
Oh, what a flood.
You don't happen to have an aspirin.
Yeah, but that's in the third act.
Oh, in the third act, then I'll have to wait then.
Anyway, there's a very neglected ranch. The weeds and the alfalfa are growing wild right under the owner's very nose. By the way, where is Wallington?
Hey, Jimmy, alfalfa, Wallington.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. I missed my cue. Ladies and gentlemen, Spam has become the most popular meat item brought out in a generation.
Wait a minute, Jimmy.
What?
That comes later.
Now, Jimmy, during the prairie fire,
Just a
that's
second.
where...
There's a prairie fire.
Oh, and what a prairie fire.
What follows the fire?
Male LaGuardia.
Mayor LaGuardia's in the play?
Well, he's the only one I know who has a 10-gallon hat.
Well, why do you need a 10-gallon hat?
Well, that's to carry the water in to put out the fire.
Gracie, I can't see anything in this whole play.
Well, under a 10-gallon hat, you can hardly see Mayor LaGuardia.
Well, I hope I don't get a ticket while I'm in town.
Now, you've all got your parts?
We've all got our...
All ready?
We're all ready.
All right, start the play. Curtain, music. Whoa!
Hiya, Gracie.
Hiya, Slim. How are all your cattle?
They're fine. I got the same old oxen, but I got a new yoke.
New York, oh, I love New York. I'll always love New York.
Whenever the occasion calls for delicious meat at your house, serve Spam. S-P-A-M. Originated by Hormel, Spam has become the most popular meat item brought out in a generation. Packed in a handy can, Spam is tender, taste-tempting meat that you can fry for breakfast, bake for dinner, or serve cold for lunch. Millions of families now use it regularly. Join them. Ask your food dealer for Spam when you shop tomorrow. You'll discover when you use the easy recipes on the label that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Thank you, Jimmy. Well, Gracie, say goodnight.
Well, good night. Hey,
good night.
George, how long are we staying here in New York?
5 weeks.
Oh, then I better take my hat off. And what a hat and what a head. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh,
Goodbye.
come
This week, we join with the nation as it celebrates the 35th anniversary of the Boy Scout movement in America. More than 1.5 million dependable young Americans in their Scout uniforms give us visible evidence of the character building and citizenship training of scouting. We salute the Boy Scouts of America. Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw, his orchestra, and the Smoothies. This is Jimmy Wallington reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it, because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.